and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Welcome to the Capital Area United Way's TV show. This is your host, Kendall Abear.
And Megan Lott.
And we are here today to educate you more about Capital Area United Way. You know, traditionally, Capital Area United Way is known as a fundraising organization, but there's so much more to what we do in our organization. So Megan is here to help us tell the story about Capital Area United Way. In today's show, we are going to tell you more about the VITA program, Voluntary Income Tax Assistance, United Way 211, Power of Nine Awards Luncheon that we just hosted this past January, and Megan, of course, will tell us more about the campaign. So we're very excited to have this show brought to you by Metro 21. Capital Area United Way serves the 10-parish Greater Baton Rouge community, and those are the parishes of Ascension, East and West Baton Rouge, East and West Feliciana, Iberville, Livingston, Point Capee, St. James, and St. Helena parishes. These communities make up our 10-parish service area of Capital Area United Way, and this population is served by our 47 community partner agencies and their 113 programs and initiatives. We focus on education, income, and health, and those focus areas help us to look at the root causes of our community, making sure that every child enters school ready to learn, encouraging families and individuals, youth and elderly, all to have income stability as well as healthy lifestyles. We want to tell you more about United Way 211. 211 is a great resource to give or get help. And through United Way 211, which is also the number on your screen, 225-923-2114, United Way 211 is your resource to get information on how to give or get help if you want to volunteer, or if you know someone in need who has some kind of resource that they are in need of to help with utility bills, with grief, or with any type of need in our area. Call United Way 211. It's just like 911 for an emergency or 411 for information. United Way 211, another great resource to give or get help. We are going to turn it over to an interview with our new CEO, Darren Goss Sr. Darren comes to us from the Greenville United Way, and I think you'll find his thoughts and an inspiration for Capital Area United Way's future.
I think what people should know about me are really three things. Number one, that I'm a caring person. I really live by the quote, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so for V and myself, V is my wife, and for Darren Jr., we care. We care deeply about our family. We care deeply about the colleagues and people we work with, and certainly care about the communities that we live in. And we've had the great privilege of living both across the United States and abroad, and really have firmly cared about the communities we live in. Number two, I think folks need to understand that about me, that I'm loyal to the people that I serve as a leader, again, the community that I serve in, as well as the institution and organizations that support our work. And then number three, I think folks need to understand that I'm committed, very committed to the long-term work that we need to do in the capital area and with our community to improving in education, income, and health, those things that the community deem most important and most necessary. So we're here for the long haul. We're going to be just as committed to Baton Rouge and the capital area as we were to Greenville, South Carolina, or Charleston, South Carolina, or Tulsa, Oklahoma, the communities that we've lived in and served in. And so we're looking forward to getting to work on that. Really right now, from an organizational community standpoint, there are four major priorities. Number one, and we're right on that right now, is running the best campaign for 2013 that we can. And quite frankly, we want to engage donors. We want them to give, advocate, and volunteer. And our big push right now, and at least for the next 6 months, is that they give. And we want our donors to know that their resources are going to be invested wisely in the best quality, most productive agencies and programs and initiatives that are really designed to move the needle. So the first priority is running a great 2013 campaign and raising as many resources as we can to get the work done. My second major priority is really internal, looking at our organizational processes and systems and not doing a lot of changing, but maybe tweaking here and there. What I've found in my first few weeks is that all of the pieces are there, and like a good mechanic, sometimes you just have to fine tune here, might have to change out a spark plug there to cause that system to work to efficiency. The third big priority for me this year is going to be to start the process to create a community roadmap for success. I think that in many cases, and this has been my experience, that there are a lot of great people doing a lot of great work in the capital area, from programs focused on health and access to health care, programs focused on asset development in our focus area of income, and a slew of agencies and organizations working in education. But what we have to determine as a united way, and what we and our community partners, our foundations, our corporate partners have to determine, is what is the best and unique role for Capillary United Way to play as a convener, as a thought leader, and then how do we invest those resources that we gain through our community campaign and other sources of revenue the best to, again, move the needle. And so we're going to start that process. We think that's going to take some time because we need to listen first, and we need to figure out who's doing what already, and then determine how we fit in that bigger picture and what our leadership role is in that. And so we're committed to starting that process this fall, carrying it over into the winter, and really hopefully producing a community roadmap that everybody buys into and agrees with sometime in 2014. The fourth one, I think, is germane to everything I've talked about, and that's really working with our staff team to develop the skills, to develop the competencies to do the job well. And so it's been my experience the last 5 weeks that we have a highly motivated and talented staff of professionals. I think the community needs to understand that. They need to know that when they donate to the United Way, our resource allocation, our allocations process is really managed by a great group of professionals, that our back office, our financials, our audits are clean, that when it comes right down to it, telling our story, we've got a great team of individuals doing that, and we've got really a dynamic team of professionals going out there and raising the resources. And so a big part of my priority this year, again, is ensuring that the staff are well equipped and have the time, the resources, and guidance to do the job that the community's investing in us to do. For me, a sense of calling is that I don't sleep well, and I've really been blessed over my life, but it's hard for me to sleep well in my bed at night knowing that somewhere in the capital area someone's sleeping under a bridge. That creates a tension in me that's just very uncomfortable. It's hard for me to really enjoy a good meal at a great restaurant when I know that there are people eating out of garbage cans. It's hard for me to know that I had the great privilege and the benefit of having gone through public education, going to college, that changed my life, knowing that for 50% of the kids in some of our communities, they will never get that chance because of where they were born and the fact they were born in poverty. And that makes me a little uneasy. So the calling part is a sincere passion to do for others what, frankly, a lot of people have done for me. The challenge of it is that I want to do all of it tomorrow. I want to get it all done tomorrow. I realize the challenge is that in many cases, everybody wants to do the right thing. Everyone has a slightly different perspective on getting it done. And so the challenge for me, the challenge for the Capillary United Way is to ensure that everyone focused on the right things for the right reasons, and that we create win-win-win situations. And so people who want to do good, donors who want to invest in strategies to help people long-term have a place at Capillary. corporations who want to do well, who want to see sort of what we see every day, the needle move for children to start school ready to learn and to graduate from high school. Now, the challenge is ensuring that they're getting that done and that we're doing that collectively. And so that's the calling and the challenge, and it's something that I live with every day, that quite honestly keeps me getting up in the morning, keeps me focused and motivated and driven to do the work that I do. It's more than just writing a check. It's more than just volunteering an hour on the weekend. And it's really more than just reading a call to action and calling your congressman or your local elected officials. All that together creates the opportunity for us to move the needle for young children, for youth, for individuals, and for families. And that's what it really means to live united. That's what it really means, and that's truly the value add of Capital Area United.
Hi Jill, thank you so much for being a part of the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start off with talking about the partnership between Capital Area United Way and the Capital Area Asset Building Coalition.
Okay, so Capital Area United Way is the lead agency for the Capital Area Asset Building Coalition. What that is we're a collaboration of local nonprofits, government agencies, the IRS, financial institutions, and many other organizations within the area. We focus on financial stability, and one of the ways we do this is through a volunteer income tax assistance, or VITA program.
Okay, so what is VITA? What does that look like?
Okay, so VITA is our free tax preparation service, which we have IRS trained and certified volunteers work with taxpayers to make sure their taxes are being prepared accurately, efficiently. They're getting all of the refunds that they're entitled to, and credits like the Earned Income Tax Credit.
Okay. What is the Earned Income Tax Credit, and do a lot of people know about it? Is there a lot of money left on the table for people that do not know about it?
Yes, so the Earned Income Tax Credit is a federal refundable tax credit that, dependent on your family size, your filing status, and your income, can be up to $5,000. Unfortunately, this is a credit that's often left on the table. It's estimated about $1 million is left on the table just in Louisiana alone in the Earned Income Tax Credit every year.
Wow, that's a lot of money. So tell me a little bit about the stats from last year. How many people did the VITA program serve?
Okay, we served a little over 4,500 people within our 10 parish region. We got back almost $2.9 million in Earned Income Tax Credit and almost $7 million in total refunds to the taxpayers.
Wow, that's a lot of money. Where are the VITA locations?
Well, we have 22 locations throughout our 10 parish region. The majority of them are focused in East Baton Rouge, but we have them in Ascension, the Felicianas, Iberville, and they're just all around. So if you're interested in going to a VITA site, you can call United Way 211.
And that's the main way to find out where these locations are and which one is best for you?
Yes, so you would call United Way 211, and they have all the information for their site. So you would tell them your location, your availability, and they would connect you to the site that would work best for your schedule.
And what would a person that will go to the VITA site need to bring with them to be fully prepared?
Okay, so we need picture ID for the main taxpayers, Social Security cards for everybody on the tax return, all income documents, W-2s, interest statements, child care expenses, and really anything else that looks important that you get in the mail.
Wow, okay. So let's talk a little bit about Super Tax Day. What is that?
Okay, Super Tax Day is our annual kickoff event. So we have volunteers from all of our sites come together and try to serve as many people as possible.
Okay, and how would one find out where Super Tax Day is and when it is?
So they're usually in the first week of February, the last week in January. So they would just check the United Way's Facebook page or website around January, and we'll post all of our information then.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Super Tax Day this year. Was it successful?
Well, it was hosted on February 8th at Baton Rouge Community College, and we served about 113 individuals having their taxes prepared, and we had about 40 volunteers come together and make it a successful day.
Wow, so that's great. Is that an increase over last year?
Yes, it's about a 30% increase.
Wow. Okay, so we will be right back after this short video of the Super Tax Day recap.
So today is our 6th annual Super Tax Day, and what that is, it's kind of our kickoff event for the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, or VITA program. We have volunteers, as you can see, from all of our sites that come and just help out for the day to make sure we get as many tax returns done as possible. Our goal usually is to do between 200 and 250 returns. So we're hoping that we meet those numbers and we can just help as many people as possible and get their taxes done for free.
Each year we bring in tax returns almost $2 million to those people who are low income, which also not only helps them, but it also helps the city parish. The simple fact is they actually spend the money here in the parish. So it's like a great thing for not only them, but it's a great thing for East Baton Rouge Parish.
Welcome back to Capital Area United Way's television show. Again, I'm your host, Kendall Abear.
And I'm Megan Lott.
And we're here today to tell you more about Capital Area United Way in the 10 Parish service area. We're going to talk a little bit about Power of Nine in this break, as well as our campaign.
So Kendall, I know that we've recently hosted the Power of Nine luncheon. Can you explain that a little bit more to our viewers and let them know what that really is and what it looks like?
Absolutely. You know, Megan, we had a great time at our Power of Nine luncheon. It was hosted this past January. We were very honored to have really Capital One as a sponsor and WAFB as a partner in the Power of Nine annual awards luncheon. This luncheon is hosted every January, and we award and recognize the winners, individuals and groups from the previous year. So all of our January 2013 through December 2013 award winners were at this luncheon at Boudreaux's. It was a wonderful gathering, a wonderful luncheon to honor their service and their volunteerism throughout the community. Again, we thank Donna Britt, who was our MC. She did a great job at this event, and we're always proud to have WAFB as a partner in this Power of Nine Awards luncheon. Capital One, of course, recognizing them as our sponsor, and we're very fortunate to have them on board. So let me tell you a little bit more about Power of Nine. These honorees, the individuals and groups, are honored each month. You can nominate someone for the Power of Nine Award winner, and that is a monthly award that is featured through a segment on WAFB. Send your Power of Nine nomination for any individual or group effort to Capital Area United Way. We have a wonderful Facebook page at Capital Area United Way, as well as Twitter at CAUW, where you can send your nomination form for any Power of Nine volunteer service recipient.
And now we will go through all of our 2013 Power of Nine award recipients. In January, we have Volunteer LSU of Louisiana State University, engaging more than 800 students who volunteer over 5,500 hours. Volunteer LSU is making a difference not only on the campus of LSU, but in and around the community. Congratulations, Volunteer LSU.
For February, we recognize Maureen LaCour with Hope Cancer Ministry. This Power of Nine award winner is a volunteer who knows how to make lemonade out of life's lemons. Maureen is the founder of Hope Cancer Ministry, which is spreading the joy to those affected with cancer. Congratulations, Maureen LaCour.
In March, we have Betty Jefferson with The Y. Betty Jefferson exemplifies the impact that putting Christian principles into practice through programs that build healthy spirit, mind, and body for all can have on the community. Jefferson volunteers at the ExxonMobil YMCA in almost every form imaginable. Congratulations, Betty Jefferson.
For April, we have the Bold and Beautiful Social Club, helping Baton Rouge Sickle Cell Anemia Foundation. This organization is a group that truly shows what it means to help people and improving our community. From helping the elderly to even our smallest community members, the Bold and Beautiful Social Club encourages others to get out there and be a part of the community. Congratulations to the Bold and Beautiful Social Club.
In May, Alfred Lee, the Arc of Baton Rouge. When you think of the Arc Baton Rouge, you think of one of their great volunteers, Alfred Lee. He is always there, willing to lend a helping hand. Congratulations, Alfred Lee.
For June, we recognize Nancy Simeon with Camp Avondale of Estruma Area Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts of America believes that helping youth is a key to building a more conscientious, responsible, and productive society. This cannot be done without volunteers like Nancy Simeon. Congratulations, Nancy.
In July, Pat Tomplay with Boys and Girls Club of Greater Baton Rouge. When it comes to kids depending on someone, Pat Tomplay is always there. She is a volunteer during the school day and for another Boys and Girls Club program after school. Congratulations, Pat Tomplay.
In August, we recognized Laura Holmes with the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, an initiative of the Capital Area Asset Building Coalition. Laura Holmes lives in St. Francisville but commutes to Catholic Charities in Baton Rouge as well as another location in New Roads just to help people answer one of life's most difficult questionnaires, their tax forms. We congratulate Laura Holmes for her work.
In September, Entergy and the Estruma School Zone Initiative. When you think of energy, you may think of crews climbing poles, restoring power, but when they're not on the clock, many workers don't stop helping the community. They help Estruma High School. Congratulations, Energy.
In October, we recognized Tim Garrett, Mary Beth Gayra, Mark Morrison, and Amy Morrow with Try Us. Let's call them the Fantastic Four or superhero volunteers. Some would think it's a daunting task, convincing those techie kids to train for running, swimming, and cycling in the triathlons, but not these volunteers who formed Try Us. Congratulations to Try Us.
In November, Haro Alvarez and family, Wills to Succeed, McMain's Children's Developmental Center. The late Haro Alvarez and his family have sponsored the No Such Thing as Impossible bike ride for Wheels to Succeed since its beginning, and although Haro Alvarez has passed away, his family hopes to continue his legacy. Congratulations to the Alvarez family.
And finally, in December, we recognized the Home Depot, helping out with Volunteers of America, Greater Baton Rouge. Many of us go to the Home Depot when we need supplies and help with building a project. But Team Depot and the Home Depot Foundation came to Volunteers of America when they wanted to help rebuild the lives of homeless veterans in our community. Congratulations to the Home Depot. We congratulate all of the 2013 Power of Nine Award winners. Now here's a recap of our Power of Nine Award luncheon back from January, honoring these individuals.
We are the parents that are standing on the side cheering and saying, you go on, you go on. And I want you to know that that is the difference between you and a lot of other volunteers, is that you're in there for the long haul, and we really appreciate it.
Dr. King says in one of his most famous quotes that anyone can be great because anyone can serve. The honorees today, the companies represented here, all of you in this room has proven to this community and certainly to all of us here that you are all great. This is a great community, and we have the very blessed privilege to be here. Thank you so much for spending the afternoon with us, sharing lunch with us, breaking bread, and honoring those who commit themselves, their time, and their resources to better our community.
That was a wonderful recap of our Power of Nine Awards luncheon. Now we're going to talk a little bit about our workforce campaign. Our Pacesetter campaign, Megan, kicks off on June 1st.
Yes,
so
it does.
exactly what is Pacesetter? I think we need to explain what is Pacesetter campaign.
Yeah, so our Pacesetter campaigns are for those companies that would like to run before our annual traditional campaign actually starts. So what this means is we'll have a number of companies that will run and be completed, and when we actually kick off, we will have a certain dollar amount already in.
So it gives us a lot of momentum to really kick off our annual workforce campaign. Now let's say someone's watching and they're really interested in getting involved more with Capital Area United Way related to the campaign. I know there are a number of ways that we can have people get involved. What does that look like?
Yes, there are numerous ways. Just a few, we have our workforce campaigns, our loaned executive program, Speakers Bureau program, and the Pacesetters. So, you know, there's just endless possibilities of ways to become involved with United Way in the campaign.
So you talked a little bit about Speakers Bureau. Tell me, what does that look like for anyone who really wants to know what is the work that we are doing, what is the work that we're helping in our community?
Right. So our Speakers Bureau program is a possibility for any company that already runs a workforce campaign. So what this means is if you have an employee meeting and you want one of our 47 community partners to come in and give you their story and the impact that their partnership with United Way has, that's a possibility. And this could be any of our agencies or more than one at a time. So that's one way, that's called a speaker. Then we have agency tours, which is if a company that runs a workforce campaign would like to go and view one of our community partners and the programs that we actually fund. So what this means is if you are a company that runs a campaign, you can say, you know, I would like to go see McMain's and I want to see where my dollars go. So you can actually go sit down with a therapist or see a child that is being benefited from the program.
So it really gives them a first-hand look.
It does. It's
Good.
a very hands-on experience. And lastly, we have our displays. This is for companies that would like to host a fair and have as many agencies come as possible. So what that looks like is the agencies will come and they will bring poster boards and handouts and anything like that that, you know, really relays the message of their organizations and their programs to employees at these campaigns. And, you know, the company sets in a lot of time and those employees can go around and just learn as much as possible about as many agencies as possible.
So it gives them a good recap of what the work of Capital Area United Way is doing in our 10 parish area. I know we've talked about loaned executive program, certainly the Speakers Bureau, the agency tours, ways to get involved in the workforce campaign. If you are an employee of a workplace or you want to get more information or get more involved, we encourage you to give us a call, you know, look us up on Facebook or Twitter. Our website is CAUW.org, and we certainly have lots of information for you to get involved, give, advocate, volunteer. It's a wonderful way. So we're going to recap the 2013 workforce campaign. It was a great campaign. We recognize a lot of these companies in this video, and I think it's a great. It's a great summary of how our workforce campaign has ended in 2013.